Hello and welcome. My name is Samuel Ray, also known as the Scuff Doctor, and, well, I tried recording this before, but some scuff happened, ergo why I'm called the Scuff Doctor, and it all got botched. So I have to re-record this, which means it won't be my initial reactions to the trailer. So what I'm going to do is while I'm playing this, I'm going to give just my general thoughts and analysis on it in progress. So there's still a lot to look into for this, and it looks good. So we're going to take a look at this. So, first things first. Yeah, this looks to be playing off of the portals that they use in the DLC story of Sonic Frontiers and the portal that you go into in the story DLC, the movie Shadow DLC for Sonic X Shadow Generations. So they've already established that these warp rings, from kind of like the movies, are now a thing in the game canon. And then another thing to notice, we have new characters to the car slash kart racing Sonic and Sega games, like Sage here at the bottom left, Metal Sonic there. I don't know if he was in Sonic, like Team Sonic Racing, but I don't remember him being in any of the Sonic and Sega All-Stars racing games. We have Jet the Hawk on his Extreme Gear at the top right there. So, yeah, a lot of some new faces. Yeah, see, there's Jet. It's cool to see the return of the Extreme Gear from Sonic Riders as well, since we haven't gotten a new one of those since the Wii days. Vector, I don't remember him being in it. I think he was in Team Sonic Racing, though. But yeah, kind of cool to see Sage there with the Giganto, I think his name, the first Titan you fight. Giganto inspired. So we see a drafting mechanic right there. Sonic's behind someone. You see the air rushing past. There's rings to collect, item boxes. They definitely borrowed from Mario Kart with the double stacked item boxes, so you can hold 2 items at once. Red shell with homing. That's a boxing glove in this game. You lose rings when you get hit, a la Sonic games. So rings have to have some sort of significance, probably borrowing from Mario Kart 8 with the coin mechanic. The more coins you have, up to 10, the higher your top speed. Now, you're collecting a lot more rings here than in the Mario Kart games, so there's gotta be some other usage for rings. And then a nice detail here. There's 2 portals on the track, and it looks like Shadow gestures while holding his wrist up, almost like he's talking into his gun communicator, but he's indicating the left portal. So it seems like if you're in first position, you get to choose which portal, maybe. Either that or each lap you go through a different portal. But we have one here that leads to you can actually see where it's going, and then on the right it's a mystery stage. And here we have, I think it was called like Wild Jungle or something like that from Sonic and the Secret Rings. And the All-Stars Racing transform mechanic of the car turning into a boat. Right there. And the handling in that game changed to be much more, well, boat-like. Kind of borrowing from, what was it? Wave Racer or whatever the Sega equivalent was. Then we learn that that's a power-up there. So it's monster truck mode. It's essentially the equivalent of like a mega mushroom. You grow big, you run over other racers that you collide with on the track, and it's hard to stop you. So it's actually a little bit more like I guess it's the equivalent of the Superstar, right? The Power Star. It makes you invincible, and you get to just run over other racers. I like how there's the Extreme Gear. I do wonder what are the conditions for you to get your Extreme Gear, or is that something you can just use in general, like a cart? Like, are there multiple categories of vehicles. Like you can either race using karts or extreme gear, each with their own strengths and weaknesses, kind of like how in Mario Kart 8 you have karts and bikes. And the bikes, they have like less boost potential, but better handling or something like that. So maybe that's the similar thing. The extreme gear operates like the bikes in Mario Kart, is what I'm thinking. And then from Racing Transformed, you have flight mode. So you have flight mode, you have water mode, and you have ground mode for everything. And I imagine the extreme gear don't need to transform to do all three of those, right? Because they're hover vehicles, hoverboards. And I love how they take us to Metal Harbor here from Sonic Adventure 2, complete with the melody from it in the music right here. And they showed little custom characters from Sonic Forces. And then this was the pirate ship from Sonic and the Secret Rings as well. So they're going heavy on the Secret Rings levels, it seems. Which it's nice to see some representation from the offshoot, the spin-offs. I actually enjoyed those. Something I do like here is that it gives you a warning when someone is essentially using the Superstar equivalent, the monster truck. It shows you which character is using the item. And at the top left, you can see that you're holding two items, a la Double Dash and, Mario Kart Double Dash and Mario Kart 8. So you have the monster truck, which is the Superstar, and then the homing red shell, in this case, boxing glove missile. And then the drill wisp, which I heard elsewhere that it's essentially the bullet bill item. You rush forward, invincible, you barrel through enemies, and you're automatically moving along the track. So it's kind of an auto steering catch-up mechanic, essentially. Just like in Mario Kart, you tend to not get that unless you're really far behind the pack. And doing the tricks, definitely a lot more tricks than in the Mario Kart. Mario Kart, you only get to do one trick per ramp. And here, when you get air, you can do multiple tricks, more like in the Sonic Riders games and just the Sonic games in general, right? You hit certain ramps and you're doing tricks in the air to build up your boost meter. So I think that's a cool implementation of that. Definitely going to keep it more active and engaging than in Mario Kart. Which, the Sonic racing games, the Sonic All-Stars and whatnot racing games were always a bit more skill-based and faster than the Mario Kart games. But like here, I noticed, it looks like he just jumps. I don't know if there was a ramp that we don't get to see him going off of, but he just gets some air and starts doing tricks there. But it looks like that was optional. Now, I feel like in this last part right here, we should be able to see more. Oh yeah, there's Silver on the right. And then, of course, we got Amy. And I don't think there's any other new faces to see. But yeah. No, this looks solid. Like, it looks fun. Oh yeah, and then here you got Knuckles holding a lightning bolt shaped like windmill shuriken, essentially. Which I wonder what kind of item this is going to be. And I like how Eggman's cart is reminiscent of the drill from Sonic 2 on the Genesis and Sonic Adventure, where he would fight you with the drill as well. So, nice little callbacks, right? Overall, this looks fun. You know what I mean? It's just looks like a solid, fun time. Using portals to vary up the stages too, kind of like a Super Smash Bros. Stage morph mechanic, but they're implementing it into a Mario Kart style racing game, a la the Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. I'm hoping that they do really good with this. It's gotta be solid, because Team Sonic Racing kind of flopped, but the Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing and Transformed were great games. They were fun. I really enjoyed them, actually. In some ways, more than Mario Kart. So, I do hope that they can bring back that type of fun. And so, if it's good, you can bet I'm going to be featuring it here on my channel, in my streams, and playing it with y'all. And being as it's not a first-party Nintendo game, it's not going to cost an arm and a leg. It'll actually go on sale sometimes, and a decent sale, not, 10% max, like Nintendo games tend to be. But yeah, no, it looks really fun. And then one last thing to notice is they don't show Sumo Digital as the developers, and that part is a little disappointing because they're the ones who made the All-Stars Racing games. I heard that it is developed in-house, but that they got some help from, like, they contracted, I forget what development studio to assist. So here's hoping that they make it good. Alright, well that's pretty much it. So this is more concise than the previous video I recorded because, like I said before at the beginning, I ran into some scuff and it ruined the recording. But yeah, if you enjoy this, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. That will help me a lot more than anything else that you could do. And, I am trying to grow this channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as well. I really want to know what you think about this. Are you looking forward to it? Are you optimistic, cautiously optimistic? Or does it look, a little bit too generic for you? And if you are a fan of the Sonic franchise and looking forward to this, what characters do you want to see in it? Clearly, we've got the return of Jet the Hawk, which is nice. And then we've got some familiar faces like Metal Sonic, who I'm probably going to be playing a lot. I always liked Metal. And then newcomers like Silver, although he was in Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. I don't remember if he was in any of the other Sonic racing games, though. And then, of course, Stage, being the current premier newcomer. So, what other characters do you want to see in this? There's a huge cast of characters in the Sonic franchise, so there's a lot to pick from. Give me some deep cuts. Do you want to see Bean the Dynamite or Bark the Polar Bear in there? Or maybe Fang? Formerly Fang the, Sniper? Or Knack the Weasel? I guess this is now, or Knack the Hunter? Something like that. This is current canon name from Sonic Superstars. I actually could totally see him being in this, considering in Sonic Superstars, he was driving a pod a lot. Very Eggman-like, so they could totally give him a cart that's reminiscent of that, actually. So, actually, yeah, I want to see Fang in this. Or Knack, whatever name you go by. If they put him in here, then I might play him a lot too. He's pretty cool. So, yeah, give me your thoughts in the comments. And, if you decide to subscribe, hit that bell so you can see the next stuff that I release. I do try to release original content and recorded content like this, but I also routinely stream. And anytime it's a multiplayer game, I open up the stream to viewers to join me. So, feel free to come by and just have some fun playing some good games, or to just chat for a bit. We actually like to have a lot of intellectual discussion over on my channel as well. Alright, this has been Samuel Ray. That's it for me for here. Stay tuned. Any further promotional material for this game I will definitely cover, as well as other things, Sonic and racing games. Alright, have a good one. Later.